Denver Broncos taking on Lamar Jackson and the Los Angeles Chargers.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. And off we go from Denver. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Jackson's throw taken in there by Cooks. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it?
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
A pass there over the middle to start things out. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert powers through. The numbers for him from a week ago. 9 catches, 91 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his receiver left side. This is Patton. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get a second one.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. To throw again on second down. Jackson going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 9.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, this run defense gets an F so far. They're letting this guy carve them to shreds in the first quarter of play. He's already hit the 100-yard mark.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown! That's caught. Brandon Cooks. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to...
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The Chargers ready to take over. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that's complete to Cooks. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Dean. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
On second down, he'll try and run the counter. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Chargers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here we go on 4th down. Ooh, the juke. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said,
oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
Not more than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Don't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we have reached halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert now. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 41, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Dean. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Play action. It's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this one is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, this is where. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And a give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And this is caught at the 8. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Herbert. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Neville Gallimore able to get him for a loss of about 3.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. And his kick here is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a handoff out of the gun. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. From the gun, it's Jackson. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. These two teams, they met in L.A. earlier in the year with the Chargers coming out victorious. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Going to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Jackson. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he'll leave this for Ware. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Now Jackson. His throw incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is
touchdown, LA! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. This one complete to Gibbons. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a loose football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one.
After review the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Herbert following the turnover. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
Jackson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And now, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Chargers, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule. And they'll get